Hi guys, today we are going to talk about Gson, JSON and Reddit data. JSON is a data format which is largely used in web apps. It's a very flexible way to give some data from the server to web application, which can then parse it and use it whatever way. And JSON, as in Gson, is Google's library for parsing JSON data. It seems to be kind of intimidating at first if you don't know declarative programming, which means that you are actually programming stuff by just declaring data types. But once you get it, it's actually really convenient and it removes a lot of boilerplate code which you need to copy and paste, like if this is that, then put this in there and so on. I'll show an example. I have this monodont. It's my Reddit client which I've been developing for a while. It's actually now split into a Reddit engine and monodont, the Android UI app. The Reddit engine is actually almost pure Java. It still uses just a tiny bit of Android stuff, so it's not totally portable to pure Java. But now I'm going to just show how I am parsing the data from Reddit in a really generic way. I need the adapter, linked list adapter, and I have this asynchronous task here, and I already have a breakpoint there. So I'm just going to start this on my phone. Well, okay, there we go. We are now in the breakpoint. We are now about to fetch the front page posts or links from Reddit, and we are getting it from subreddit null, which means that just get the front page and order by hot, which uses the Reddit's hot algorithm to sort the posts. And up here we just got an instance of my Reddit library, and then we are just telling it that let's take this link listing, or please fetch this link listing. My library is completely synchronous, so I have to do the asynchronous part in the Android app, but I think that's better design than making a huge mess of callbacks from a library. Anyway, here we are in the abstraction layer of my library, and then we'll go in the specific parts and we will just parse the URL. And now we have it, and then if we need any parameters for the URL, limits. So now the URL looks like this. Oh, not yet. Params. Alright, it's parsed in the client. That's not important. The important thing is now here we've got an input stream from Reddit, and we are going into link listing class. This is a data class in my a library that represents a whole list of links on a subreddit or the front page or whatever. And it has this public static function for just parsing a whole page of JSON. Oh, I accidentally stepped over it somehow. I wonder. Let's try that again, because I really want to show you what happens there. I'll load the front page again. Bum 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 bum. In we go, and in we go. And go in there. And here. This is the actual function that does everything. This specific line on the left, which way is my monitor? Or which way is the video? On the left is link listing, and on the right is a Gson instance, the Google parser. And I'm just telling the parser that here's a string containing all of the data I want you to parse, and here's the class I want you to make it look like. So return me an instance of this class. Just look into the data and try to see how it fits in with the class. And there. That's it. That's the one single line actually does the parsing. And what it contains. Top level is the red here. It's link listing, which contains these couple of parameters, and the data is the most interesting, which is the type link listing data, which contains a couple of more things. And here's the most important part: children, which is type link. Every item in this list is link. And yet again, the link contains more stuff. And again, it contains data of the type link data this time. And here we go. This is actually all of the data that comes from Reddit's one link. And let's compare it how it looks like with Reddit's just raw JSON. Here's the URL. I'm using this advanced REST client application. It's a plugin or addition to Google Chrome. Just Google it, you'll find it. And here's the URL, reddit.com/.json. That .json there is telling it to give it in a JSON format instead of readily parsed HTML page. And here we see the top level is of type listing, which contains data, which contains some things, among with it contains children, and a child contains kind, which tells what kind of thing this is, which contains data. And here we have all of the stuff that comes from a Reddit link listing. So this raw of text data is pretty much identical now to my Java object here. The structure is pretty much exactly the same. And that's done with reflection. The Google Gson parser, you give it the text, which is this. Oops. You give it the text, which is this, and then you give it an object class or a class, and then the Gson parser starts. I'm not sure which way it goes. Does it first read the text and see if the class has a field with the same name, or does it go the opposite way? Like, does it first parse the class and then see if there's... No, it has to. It's probably a pull parser, so which means that it's trying to pull, where it tries to immediately parse it as it gets it. So when it sees that, okay, the top is something which contains this data and kind, does this object have these properties? Yes, it does. Okay, so this is a raw type, or what are these native types in Java called? Anyway, a basic type, so string or int or something like that. Okay, put it there, and this thing, oh, it's a class. So let's take another parser and try to see inside that class. That does it have? Here's another string. Does it have an object name? That, and so on and so forth. And that's how the Gson parser works basically. And I'm now going to show what kind of data declaration I had to make these things fit. Let's go to the library. And have a look in the data. I still don't know if you're supposed to pronounce it data or data. Maybe both are valid. But let's find the linked list here. And these classes which are in this list, these contain pretty much every type of data the Reddit API ever returns. So for instance, in this case we wanted a link listing, and as you see here, it's kind of weird. It doesn't have any fields. It has just two functions, just this from input stream and from string. Suspicious. But you see, it extends a class called listing, because there are several types of listings in Reddit API, and this is a link listing. So it's a listing which will contain the type link listing data. Let's go into a listing. What? It's pretty much empty also. This is because in Reddit everything is a thing. Yeah, everything is a thing. Basically, a thing. Things, two most important things is kind. It tells what kind of a thing it is. It's clever, is it? And then it has filled data, which will be just everything that you actually want to put in the thing. So to parse this, I have this generic type thing. I don't know if this is called generic or type parameter never mind. Or typing or what was this called in C++, templating or something. Anyway, this is a listing, which is a thing, and this T comes from here. Listing is contains linked listing data, so this extends thing with linked listing data. Let's go to thing. Now here we see my thing has ID, name, kind, and data, and as you can see, it's the parameter here, the type parameter T and T data. So when we have instance of linked listing, its base type will be thing with data type link listing data. Okay, good. Now, link listing data, what does that contain? It contains children, and as we remember, its listing was this top level. It contains data, which contains children. So this is the actual concrete implementation of this kind of listing, and it contains children of type link. Now what is a link? It's a thing again. See, kind T3 is a thing of a type link, and its data contains this stuff. So here we have array of links, and if we go into link, what is that? It's almost empty class again, which extends thing with the type link data. And what does thing look like? It's again very simple. It's the same thing that the actual listing extends from, basically, and again there's just this data, and in this case the data will be link data, and ta-da! Here's the actual all the fields that can be in a link type, link thing in Reddit. All of this is parsed already, except for this media embed things. I haven't implemented those, but never mind. They will be in the final version of the library. Now, it's kind of complex, especially if you are not used to declarative programming, where you program by declaring data types. It's different kind of programming really, and you have to kind of switch your brain into a different mode to get it done. But it saves so much time, because if you would like if you would manually parse that data, you would need a parser for each and every one of these damn types I have here. Each one would need like 100 or 200 lines of code to just parse what is being given to me. And the generic parser, the Gson, can do all of this for all of these types, just because I have declared them to be the way they are. You know, the generic thing extending from the thing and then containing the data, which is certain type, and reflection. JSON can look into the class and see, oh, okay, you want a link here. Do we have a link here? Yeah, let's put it there. Okay, the link contains what? Okay, we have the link from the data that contains submitter name. Do we have that kind of? Yeah, let's put it there. It's fucking clever. I love this kind of things. I'm not clever enough to actually create libraries like that myself, and if I didn't have Gson, I would have probably spent months writing parsers for every damn data type, and I would have probably given up many times. But yeah, this is a very good way of parsing JSON data. And as always, this is just off topic, but try to get rid of the mindset that you have to invent the wheel yourself every time. If you have a problem, well, many times the problem is that you don't know actually what you are doing. You don't know the name of the problem you are solving, so you might have trouble finding a library to do it for you. So that's also part of learning to program, to recognize your own problems, so you can Google for solutions. I'm not programming by having a Java book here and reading API references. No, if I have a problem, I try to think, what is the actual problem I'm trying to solve here? Where I am using way too much time. Oh right, I'm parsing JSON data. Let's Google for that. JSON parsing. Holy fuck, that's good. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Yeah, that's the real content of this YouTube post. Oh, right, one more thing. You are probably thinking, okay, where can I download this wonderful library of yours, this Reddit engine? Sorry, I'm not giving it out yet. I'm developing my own UI application for it, and I want to have a reference implementation in a competitive stage with Reddit Sync and all those other great Reddit clients before I open source these. But I am going to open source them, and as you can see, I'm not terribly worried about giving the ideas of how do I do it to people, because I'm obviously showing how to do it. But yeah, sorry, no code yet. In the future, I promise you that I will open source it sooner or later. For now, thank you. I need to get back to my client project, which is really in a busy stage right now. But see you guys.